What is up, Puka Traders? My name is Wilson, and we are doing a vintage cube draft. That's right, vintage cube, formerly known as the Holiday Cube. We are drafting it. It is happening. This is real. Uh, I've been waiting a long time to do this, and now we get to do this together. This is the first time I've done this new iteration of the cube, so we're gonna just dive right in, and I'm gonna be surprised just like you are. So let's do this. First thing that I do, since cubes, Magic Online sorts everything by rarity. So the very first thing that I want to do in a cube, since rarity doesn't matter, is I'm just going to sort by color. And we are going to take a look at what we have. And what we have is Jason Mind Sculptor. He's very good. He's 2 mana, 2 blue for a Planeswalker, and he has 4 abilities, all of which are completely insane. So we're going to take him, passing up on things like Turnabout, Borrow Signet, another 4 mana Planeswalker, but this only has 3 abilities. Fire Ice is good. Bazaar Baghdad is okay, but we're going to take Jace and be pretty happy with that. All right. Next up, so with this cube, I really like Planeswalkers, so things like Elspeth, Nissa Worldwaker are very good. I do like things like Tooth and Nail. We can Tooth and Nail out Ulamog, stuff like that. There's also Wasteland and the Abyss. And out of all of these, Elspeth is very good. Worldwaker is pretty good. I think the Abyss will wheel. So it kind of makes me want to lean in one of these directions. And do we want to be blue-green, blue-white, or just more of a controlling, possibly blue-black, maybe white deck? I think what I want to be taking here is probably, this is a tough call. Probably the Elspeth. Elspeth is just very, very good and can win the game on its own. Nissa is good, but I'd rather just keep my my curve a little low and just take the Elspeth here. And follow that up with, there's a Force of Will, another Elspeth, a Staff of Domination, which can lead to infinite combos with things like Rofellos. There's also Mana Leak, Badlands, Spellskite, all worthwhile. I'm going to take this Force of Will here. Force of Will is quite good. If Force of Will wasn't here, I'd consider Mana Leak, Elspeth. But, you know, what you want to be doing in the holiday cubes or the vintage cubes is to stop their big things from happening or do your own big things. And so Force of Will is really good at stopping those big things. And it looks like we're already going to be probably base blue. So we're going to go this way. All right. There's Fast Bond. Fast Bond is quietly, I think, one of the best cards in the cube. Not only can it serve a ramp strategy, but you can also do some pretty crazy things. Fast Bond, Zurin Orb, and Crucible of Worlds are all in this cube. And if you do that, it is actually an infinite combo with infinite life and infinite mana. Other things that we could pick here are Metamorph, Polluted Delta, Marsh Flats, Freyleys. I'm going to hold off on my pirate jokes for now about Freyleys. And Lightning Bolt. I'm going to take this Fast Bond. It's also good with Jace, but it also can just lead to very powerful, explosive combo-like starts to the cube. So we're going to do that. All right. Well, there's a Sulfuric Vortex, which is a very interesting tell that red may be open. There's also a Time Spiral, a Watery Grave, a Bayou, a Bring to Light, which is something new to the cube. That's pretty cool. It doesn't get enchantments, and it doesn't get artifacts. So we're not super thrilled with that. I think it may just be Time Spiral, because Time Spiral plus Fast Bond can also pretty cool. And now we're looking more as like a combo deck rather than like a Elspeth sort of deck. So Elspeth may not make the cut here, but you know, we'll see. We're still pretty fresh to this cube, so it could be going a lot of different directions. All right, Hinterland Harbor is a very good one. These other cards are kind of medium, so I think I'm going to take this Hinterland Harbor and start being able to cast all these crazy spells. So we'll do that. All right. Now there's a Eureka. There is a arid mesa, which if we pick up something like a volcanic island, arid mesa can then get blue. There is a Ralzeric. Ralzeric is very good, and I'm willing to do that to Elspeth, and make it so we can play more of a blue red controlling based deck. This can also lead to some pretty outrageous combos with things like Grim Monolith. So I'm going to take Ralzeric here. It's another blue card to pitch to Force of Will too, but I'm not just taking blue cards just to pitch to Force of Will. Otherwise, I would have taken the Augur of Bolus. Riffling Cloudscape, Vendilion Click, Imperial Recruiter. So I do know that Kikijiki, Pestermite, all that business is in this cube. So Imperial Recruiter could be pretty cool. Currently do not have any creatures. So maybe we hold off on that one. So Riffling Cloudscape and Vendilion Click are both quite good. There's also a Everflowing Chalice. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take... this is a tough one. I'm going to take the Riftwind Cloudscape because it does just provide this bit of tempo along with a 2/2 flyer that sometimes can just win the game. We're going to put that in our 2 slot. All right, so we have Thragtusk. Harmonize is quite good. Savannah. I'm actually going to take this Harmonize. I do want to be drawing cards for things like Fast Bond, get those lands out there as fast as we can. Bazaar, not where we want to be, but we can untap it with Time Spiral, which is pretty cool. Okay, so the Abyss did wheel. We do only have one creature, so I'm going to take the Abyss. And because this is one that I was really looking at, that I do like these creatureless artifact decks. I don't think that we're going to be ramping here. Nissa Worldwaker actually with Fast Bond could be an interesting one. Mystical Tutor is also pretty great. We could put things on top of our deck with Jace and then draw them. I'm actually going to take the Nissa Worldwaker here. We do want to be partly green. Okay, Oath of Druids. That's a great one. Now, even things like Riftwind Cloudscape can move to the board, and we can take Oath of Druids and only have things like maybe a Gristlebrand, maybe like an Emrakul, and now we can play as an Oath deck with a lot of Planeswalkers, apparently. Planeswalkers that do make creatures, which we have to... Maybe we'll just be using this as the untapping forest part, but I don't think I want Spectral Procession or Olivia or Boros Charm, so we'll just take a Freyleys. This still can't get enchantments, which I'm a little bummed out about, but Terastodon is quite good. It also gives our opponent creatures, so then we can Oath again. I'm going to take Terastodon. These are not where we want to be. We'll take Corpse Dance and Vengevine. All right, we may play Vengevine, but so this is this is exactly where I want to be with this deck. Ralzeric looks a little interesting. Maybe we can pick up like a errant splash of red somewhere. All right. Well, there's an Ulamog. There's also a volcanic island. Pestermite is just right there. But I think I want it between Volcanic Island and Ulamog. Let's see. Volcanic Island we can't untap with Nissa, which is kind of a bummer. There's also a Natural Order, which we're not looking to do that. Factor Fiction is quite good. I think with the Oath, I probably want one of these two. But which one? What Volcanic does is it opens up Ralzeric as a card that we can play. And Ulamog, there are just bigger beaters in this cube. Yeah, I'm going to take this Volcanic Island. I'm not thrilled about it, but, we'll take it. Very good black cards in this pack. There's also a Mold Drifter. Let's see. Nothing really exciting here. Nature's Claim is actually, I feel, very, very, very good in this cube. And I'm even considering taking it right now. Mold Drifter can be good because it's a creature that we don't have to actually play. Yeah, I think we'll just take Mold Drifter. Nature's Claim, I'm guessing, will wheel. And that will be very good. Okay, so there's a Mind's Desire. Mind's Desire is quite good. we do have things like Time Spiral to go with Mind's Desire. So that's one thing. There's also a Worn Power Stone. So let's see. Mind's Desire can hit all of our Planeswalkers, all 4 of them. Can hit Oath, can hit Fast Bond. It is very good with Fast Bond because we can just dump our hand. But Worn Power Stone brings us up to 6. But it does also put us to 5, which looks like that's going to be a big part of our game. Also, Ralzeric can untap it. Yeah, I'm going to go with Worn Power Stone. I think the Mind's Desire may actually wheel, which will be kind of wild if it does. So here's Kiora, another Planeswalker. There's also a Sylvan Library, which I think that we're going to take this Sylvan Library. Sylvan Library is great. What is Dak Faden doing on this high tide? There's also a Mox Diamond. Not great with Fast Bond, but we do actively want a Crucible of Worlds, so that could be good. But I think I want the Sylvan Library over the Mox Diamond. Is that crazy? We do have the card advantage to get back off of the Mox Diamond. It is either Sylvan Library or Mox Diamond. That's the big call right here. I think it's actually Mox Diamond. Kiora would be cool if it wheeled, but we'll take the Mox Diamond. All right. So let's see. There is a Memory Jar, which is pretty sweet with Time Spiral. There's a Breeding Pool, which is pretty sweet with Nissa. Also a Stomping Ground, which is good with Nissa. I think I want to take this Breeding Pool. Memory Jar may wheel. That'd be pretty cool if it does. All right. Ooh, Zuran Orb. Okay, so now we have Zuran Orb Fast Bond. There is also a Tropical Island in this pack. But I do want to take this. Now, if we hit a Crucible, we actually have a combo for this deck. So I'm going to take the Zuran Orb, because it is good. So let's see. There is a Sundering Titan. There's also a Woodfall Primus, which is very good with Oath. Like, think about this. We can Oath out Woodfall Primus, and then if that means that Woodfall Primus puts us over in creatures, we can destroy the Oath. Sundering Titan is pretty good, too. I'm going to take this Woodfall Primus. No, I'm going to take Sundering Titan. They're both good, and they're both, where we want to be. And it looks like we are going to be, we want to pick up things like, Sundering Titan plus Beast Within. Oh, and Song of the Dryad? No, sorry. I didn't mean Beast Within. Sundering Titan plus Song of the Dryad. So then we can make their thing into a forest. And then, okay, I'm in. I'm in. I want to turn their permanent into a forest, and then I want to blow it up with Sundering Titan. I'm in. I love it. Ulamog. Cool. Yep. That's all I want there. So yeah, Oath of Druids game. Nature's Claim wheeling. That's pretty great. Nature's Claim hits so many things in this cube, and 4 life is really not, of any of our concern while we're, killing him with Ulamog and things like that. We can also do some crazy things where if we are able to get a hit in with Ulamog, we can make our opponent draw cards off the Time Spiral. Okay, game. We can make our opponent draw cards off this Time Spiral, and then deck them. This is a great deck. I am really enjoying this deck. High Tide. Sylvan Library wheeled? Come on. I was going to take that. Over Mox Diamond. Wow. I can't believe Sylvan Library wheeled. Stomping Ground wheeled too. This is great. Great day for everyone. So let's see. What else are we hoping for? We'll take this Garrick and this Necropotence. Cool. What else are we hoping for? We are hoping for probably Moxes to go with the Mind's Desire, so we have 0 plays. Obviously, Crucible of Worlds to go with Zuran Orb and Fast Bond. Maybe like an Emrakul to replace one of these. I don't know what we would replace. I certainly would enjoy a Channel Ulamog, turn 2. Game? Channel, fast bond, into channel, into Ulamog turn 1. Okay, we have a new plan. Simic Signet is the perfect signet for us. But yeah, we'll just take channel. Then that opens us up to some pretty wild stuff. Raphelos is kind of perfect. We have Breeding Pool. We also have Stomping Ground. There's also an Is It Signet, which is good with the Rouseric, but the Rouseric is looking less and less good now that we have. I mean, we do have a red splash where if we pick up like a green fetch land or a blue fetch land, like if we picked up blue green, it also gets red. I'm gonna take the Raphelos and just move on. Okay, so here, there's a Thran Dynamo, there's a Taiga, there is a Chrome Mox, and a Tezzeret. Tezzeret is good with Worn Power Stone and Mox Diamond, and that's really it. It can ramp up to get a Sundering Titan. I don't feel like this is a Tezzeret deck. Taiga is a cool pickup, just picking up Raphelos. It does allow us to play the Rouseric. And then Thran Dynamo to get us to, some of these ramp things is pretty good. So I think the choice is between these three. 1, 2, 3. Through the Breach is also kind of wild with what we're doing. And I think we want the Thran Dynamo. The reason for that is we already have this red splash, which might not even get there because we do need a fetch land, and I really just don't want to run these without a fetch land. We do have also the Chrome Mox to make red, but, Electrolyze could work with this red splash. Thirst for Knowledge, I feel like, is more the pick. Yeah, I think it's just Thirst for Knowledge. There's also a Search for Tomorrow and a Progenitus, which can work off of this Oath of Druids. Right now, though, the cool thing about our big fatties is that we can cast them. We can't cast Progenitus. Progenitus would only come off of the Oath of Druids. So I'm going to take this Thirst for Knowledge and not be completely greedy. There's a Green Sun Zenith, which can get Raphelos or Terastodon. I forgot we also have Moldrifter. But I'm going to take this Windswept Heath because it does get Stomping Ground and it does get Breeding Pool. So it gets all three of our colors, and also fetch lands are very good with Jace. So, all right, there's a Gruul Signet, which is pretty good. There's also Ancient Grudge, which is the best card in the cube. I don't know if we can pass Ancient Grudge. Gruul Signet is pretty great. I think I'm going to take the Gruul Signet. The reason for that is Ancient Grudge, the first part is our splash color, which isn't great. But it's just so good. And I think it'll wheel. I honestly think it'll wheel. Because everyone is playing... Oh, there we go. Game. Oh, no! Game! All right. Well, now do we sneak attack or do we Emrakul? Do we sneak attack or do we Emrakul? That's the age-old question. I think that we sneak attack, actually. Because if we sneak attack, we can do things like pay 1 red, put Raphelos into play with haste, generate a bunch of mana, and then cast Ulamog. Because I'm not a super fan. I mean, I love the idea of, sneak attacking Ulamog. Don't get me wrong there. But, like, if we're going to have this red splash, we might as well have the red splash for something reasonable. There's a Garrick, also a Primal Command. Both are very good and also very good for this deck. Garrick is a little more interesting than this. I mean, this can go get A big fatty. Huh. I'm gonna take the Garrick. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Garrick. Simic Signet Wield? Yes, please. I don't even want to look at the rest of the cards in that pack. Here's another Garrick. This other Garrick is fine. It does make guys, same with this one. Which maybe we should have taken the Primal Command, knowing that. But if we're doing that, I mean, I don't want any of these other cards. So yeah, I guess we take Little Garrick. Ooh, Taiga Wield? Perfect. Through the Breach is great. If we picked up that Emrakul, I'd be snapping up that Through the Breach. And here's a Moloku. Do I want Progenitus? Nah. Well, we have Sneak Attack now. And Moloku doesn't quite work with Oath of Druids. In fact, it doesn't work at all with Oath of Druids. Yeah, I could see playing Moloku, and I can't really see playing the Progenitus. Ancient Grudge Wield, see? No respect. No respect for the Ancient Grudge. Look at it. It hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in our deck. That's insane. I don't think that we're going to be playing the Zurin Orb. Since we didn't get the combo, I think that we can pass on that. We do have to pass on a couple more cards, too. Things like, I don't know. Like, we're going to have to start making some hard cuts. Braids is not. Braids is a hard no. This is a great deck. Nature's Claim can be in the sideboard. Nature's Claim in the sideboard. We could also, like, Song of the Dryad, one of our own lands. This may be just, like, a little too weird. But I do like the idea of decking our opponent, so I'm going to keep it. Garrick can probably make a cut there. And I don't know about this Freyalise. Like, the Freyalise is her second ability is also quite good. And it does just make mana producers. It doesn't work with Oath. But, you know, we can play around Oath with Freyalise. But we can play around it even more by putting her in the sideboard. And I think 24 cards is a fine amount with 16 lands. Because we do have things like Moxen, Double Signet. Yeah, so we're going to be playing all these. And then let's see what lands they gave us. They gave us, nice, the best kind of lands. We don't need this mountain. Because we have 3 red sources and a way to fetch it out. Plus a Mox Salmon, plus a Gruul Signet. So I'd rather just add another island. Let's see. Maybe we actually just add another forest. Forest is the most produced thing, but Raphaelis does like forests, and so does Nissa. So I think we're going to do that. And I think that this is our deck. So I'm pretty happy with this. All right. We are in a Swiss tournament, too. So how I feel about Swiss and cubes is that you're playing cubes for fun. So, like, go play them for fun. Play as many games as you can with them. So we're going to play as many games as we can with this, and we will see you all for round 1.